Yeah.
So how would you advise someone else who wants to start their own business or do something special? They go, I want this to be my legacy, but they don't know how to put it together, or fear gets in the way. Like, how do you say, I'm going to drop this kind of money, find a location, and hire people and be kind of a hostage to your work for a while, where you can't travel, you can't do this because it's a 24/7 endeavor.
Yeah,
but this is what you want. So how do you develop those muscles to do it and not quit, or and just to get it started, everything?
I think the first thing you need to do is within yourself be committed to what you're going to do.
How do you do that?
You have to, number one, think about what else is there that I could do that I would be interested in. What else is there that I could do with my life that really holds some excitement and some passion for me? And if you find something else that's out there that you're like, you know what, I could actually work for somebody else at such and such place, and I could be happy over there. Or I could just be a trainer over at whatever studio and just get my check, and that way I can still travel, I can take my vacation time off, and I'd be okay. Do it. Because running a business is a lot of stress. At the same time, it's also very rewarding. But
So what kind of qualities does a person need to run their own business that you come into? Like, what would you tell yourself before you started this business today? What advice would you give you?
Sleep more. Does that count?
You and Oprah.
Huffington
Post.
It's this Pulse Fitness Studio. It's an interesting monster because it's not a Monday through Friday 8 to 5 job. It's 7 days a week. We open up at 5 a.m. We usually shut down somewhere around 9 p.m. And we're 365 a year. We work on Thanksgiving, on Christmas, on New Year's. We've only been closed one day in the 8 years that we've been open, and that was when Christmas fell on a Sunday. I kind of thought.
Isn't that most businesses to a certain degree? Even if you don't have clients all day, you're still working because there's the overload over the weekend or nighttime paperwork because you're doing everything.
The difference is, at least you can close the doors and lock them and not answer phone calls because people don't expect you to be there. With a 365-day-a-year business, it's hard to find that downtime where you can shut the doors, go in, get some paperwork done because there's constantly people coming in. So it's finding the time to make it all work. It's tough. It's also exhilarating.
So how do you do it? What advice would you give your younger self?
Surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. Surround yourself with people that are better than you in the certain areas that you're not great at. For me, I love training. That's my passion. I love going in. I like turning on the music. I like working with my clients. I like developing the relationships, and I like helping them meet their goals however we have to do it. For some people, it's more cardio. For some people, it's more strength training. Whatever your goals are, we can do it, and we define that, and we make a plan, and we go for it. That's what I love, and that's what I get excited about. Whenever I walk into my class, whatever's going on in my life, I've been through a broken off engagement. I've been through a grandfather passing away. I'm trying to think what other big events have been going on since I opened the studio. But the thing is, you walk in the door and it doesn't matter about that stuff at that time. For that hour, my time is theirs, and my energy has to be high and my emotion has to be positive because they feed off me. And I'll get back to this in a little bit, but they don't realize how much I feed off them as well. And we'll talk about that more in a little bit. But so what I'm not great at is order and structure. If you walk into my office, it's a mess. It's not that I'm embarrassed by it, but it's not what I want it to be. So I need to find somebody who that's their strong point.
Who's great at organizing.
Yeah. I need to find some trainers to teach, but I also need to find a manager that's great at keeping me in line and helping me with my scheduling, the bills, the day-to-day stuff, the managerial stuff, I guess I call it, for lack of a better term.
Yes.
That I don't want to do. But you have to. You can't run a business without taking care of all that. The door's not going to stay open. The lights aren't going to stay on if you don't pay the bills. But there's nothing less exciting to me than sitting down at the desk for 2 or 3 hours every week and just going through emails and I'm not talking about the fun emails. I mean the paperwork emails. Yeah, they're doing the bills and the this and the that and then log into this. Well, my login's not working now. I got to change it. It's like, oh my gosh. So having somebody that can do the things that I don't A, like to do, and also B, don't want to do because I'm not great at it, I need to find that person. And it took me a little while to find. I didn't have the right person at the beginning. I had somebody who was really phenomenal with customer service, but the business side of things, the business skill set wasn't what I needed to be for me to move the studio forward. And I didn't know that until I did find the right person. And it was really interesting because the next person that came in, she was a step ahead. She wasn't a trainer. She was a good business person. And she was a step ahead of the game. So when I came in and I would say, hey, I forgot we got to shoot out that email. I meant to do it yesterday, but we need to get it out today. She would look at me and go, I did that yesterday. Awesome. And that allows me to focus on and do what I want to do and what I feel like I'm good at, and that's the training part.
So delegating.
Delegating.
Finding
there it
the
is.
key people and people who love to do it. She loves maybe managing systems. So let her do that so you could focus on training well.
Exactly.
So you find people who actually like that job also, not just doing it because it's a job.
Right.